Hello. In this session, we will learn how we can restrict the columns to load in the data view. We are already aware of the load column attribute. Using this attribute, we can specify index of the column in the CSV or TSV file from which we want to load the data. If we don't want to load a particular column, then we will not specify it here. But sometimes we might use the same class for the multiple pipeline creation. So one of them require a column and another does not require it. So obviously we need to define that column in the class. ML.NET provide alternative way for that. We can also specify the list of column to load for the further operation. Let's create select columns method. We need to specify the name of the column in the select column method of the transport catalog. For now, I'm loading the name, age, city, and is pro user. Paste those lines and add a breakpoint at the end. Update the program.cs file. Save all the files and run the project. Open the quick watch. Here you can see that it just includes the F4 column. If you need any additional column, then you can specify it here. But let's take an example. Your original dataset has the F50 columns and you want to select the F48 columns. Obviously, it would be a headache to write all the column names here. Instead of this, we can use the drop columns method and specify the column that you don't want to load. Let's create a new method named drop columns. Use the drop columns method of the transforms catalog. We don't want to load the amount paid and joining date. So this will load the rest of column for the mention here. Paste those lines. Add a breakpoint. Save the file and run the project. Open a quick watch. Here you can see that it includes the F4 column as the previous example. But here we have used the drop column for this. Most probably we need to drop the column after performing the pre-processing operations. For example, in the case of sentiment analysis, you have string column that will be featurized for the further operation, and the original column will not use anywhere. So it becomes the useless and eat the extra space. In that case, we can drop that column. Let's create another method named drop column after pre-processing. I'm going to tokenize the name column. So use the tokenizing to words method. Use the append method. By using the drop column, specify the column name that you want to drop. That is name. And paste those magical lines. Add a breakpoint. Save the file and run the project. Open quick watch. Here you can see that it includes the tokenized name column, but it does not include the name column. Let's see what we have learned in this session. Select column and drop column method are used to restrict the column in the data view. Using the select column, we can specify the projection for the column, and using the delete column, we can remove the column from the data view. Delete column commonly used for removing the original column after performing the pre-processing. Stay tuned for the next session.